A beginner's guide to fabricating any custom
so
gutter angle.
I'm going to show you how to cut this custom miter here, but first we got to measure everything. So what I'm going to do is butt it right into that corner. Boom, let it hit. Then I'm going to come over here.
I typically work solo, so this is how I measure a section like this without someone holding the other end of my tape measure.
Mark it right there at 10 foot. 10's easy to add. So we got 10 foot. This is the easiest way rather than messing with everything. And then you just wanna butt it into the wall here. So we got 10 plus 2, 5 3/4. So it's gonna be 12, 5 3/4. So that's how I measure from the wall, not to the stucco, but inside, because that's where the old one was. So we want to shove it in there. I'll seal it along this edge and right to that very corner over here. Then the rest is pretty easy, but same thing here. You go from inside to inside. It looks like, come on, 9 3/8 should work. Okay, so then we're going to need this angle here. So you need an angle finder, like so. If you don't have an angle finder, what you can do is just come under with a piece of wood or cardboard, and you could just trace this line out. I'm going to just use the angle finder.
A flat piece of metal or aluminum works really well too.
Basically what I'm going to do, I'm just going to draw a line. So this is our angle right here. That's how I do it. And basically you go over, all you gotta do is go over 6, because this is the angle of that roof. So the gutter is 6 inch, so we're gonna go over 6, make a line, draw a line. And then from here we're gonna go over 6.
Whatever the size of the gutter is, you want to go over that far and make your marks. For instance, if the gutter is 6 inches, you would go over 6 inches and make your marks. If it's 5-inch gutter, you would go over 5 inches and make your mark.
I like to cut my snips upside down sometimes, depending on the situation. Okay, then I'll cut this out. So I use the Midwest offset snips. I don't use the straights. They're not meant to cut stuff like this without leaving sharp teeth or hooks on it. And trim that off a little bit. Okay, so that's our cut right there. And I gotta cut this and we'll come back.
Now you want to measure from the end cap over to the measurement from earlier and make a mark at the back of the gutter, then make another mark about 2 inches over from there, which will be the start of your next section of gutter. Also, you're going to want to add a couple hangers with clips to the gutter to secure the gutter at 6 inches.
This one.
The next step would be to draw a line connecting your 2 angles on the pattern we made. This pattern will work for inside and outside miters. All you need to do is turn the pattern right or left to get your different angles.
We marked it in the back. Line it up right there. Make a mark. Boom. Straight up. This one will be straight. So this here is straight, and this here is straight. That's why I like these squares. It's perfect. And then all you want to do is draw this line from here to here. That's your angle. Just a little off. Try to get that a little better. There you go. And then basically this is your angle right there. Normally I draw it on the inside, but in this situation I can't, so I'm going to do it on the outside. So now we're going to do the same thing. Line this corner up with this other line that I made about 3 inches over. This will be the tab side, so I'm going to leave a tab on it. Wait, wrong. It's gotta be like
That
this.
angle would work for an outside miter, but we're doing an inside, so all we need to do is flip the pattern.
Now we draw this mark. Another one in here. Basically, line that up right there. Make another mark. And you want to draw a line straight down. And I don't draw it, but you want a tab, so this has got to be an inch longer. So you're going to want to keep that face an inch longer. And then you just draw your line from here to here. Boom. There's your 2 miters. Good to go. So I'll make a little notch here. Leave a tab. Leave your tab. So this, it's inside, so I'm going to leave it. I always leave like a 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch so they can overlap. This is hard. And this one you cut right on the line. I need my greens for this one. And I always leave the top a little long so I can overlap this one. So that one is done. This one we're gonna cut that off. V-notch it because then they don't get in your way when you fold them over. I always leave this here. Sometimes I'll cut it like bam. And that's your miter. And you can take it up and put it together. And we'll do that here in a little bit. Just angle it. It's gonna work.
And there you have it. Your custom miter that'll work perfect every time. Thanks for watching. Like and follow for more.